Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Lauren, and today we're doing another author taste test. This author taste test I have been so excited to do for a very long time because her books just sound fantastic. So this author, I've been so excited to read her books for a very long time because they just sound right up my alley and I am very excited. So we are reading from Miss Kandi Steiner. I am so excited. So we're going to be reading 2 of her sports romances and 2 of her more angsty books. So the ones we're going to be reading are, we're going to be reading Meet Your Match, which is part of her hockey series, Blindside, which is part of her football series. I believe that one's college, whereas Meet Your Match is adult. And then we're going to read Rivalry and A Love Letter to Whiskey. That is what we're going to be reading. I'm very excited. The final 2, so Love Letter to Whiskey has been everywhere at the moment. I believe it's like a love triangle. I don't mind a little love triangle, and everyone's been like obsessed with it, so I'm hoping it really blows me away. But I really have no idea what to expect because I don't always love angst, but I also love angst when it is done well. So it kind of just depends on like how it's written. We're gonna start with Meet Your Match, and then we'll read Revelry, then back to Blindside, and then finish on a high and read Love Letter to Whiskey. So let's roll the footage for Meet Your Match by Kandi Steiner. I'm starting my first book on my Kandi Steiner series, and this is going to be the hockey romance, I believe it's called. I've been wanting to read from Kandi Steiner for a very long time, and I've just been putting it off, and I need to read something quite light. I've been reading very, very heavy stuff, but I need something like lighthearted, funny, banter, spice. That's what I'm after. Meet Your Match. Meet Your Match by Kandi Steiner. I believe this is college hockey. Pretty sure it's college. Okay, I'm wrong. This is an adult hockey romance series. So pro hockey, forced proximity, opposites attract, interracial slash multicultural couple, workplace romance, and Mr. Lovers vibes. I'm excited. I think it's going to be quite light and fun, which is what I am in the mood for. So that's what I'm going to be reading. Meet Your Match is the first one, and then, all right, good morning. It is breakfast time. Update, Meet Your Match by Kandi Steiner. This angle is really bad, but this is all that I can do at this point. 30% through it. Really enjoying it. A lot of banter. There are some heavy elements, which is not what I was after, but so far it's not too heavy. There is some like emotional moments, and it's like heavy, I wouldn't call heavy, but like everyone's got their own personal struggles, but it's more just quite like a lot of banter. He's chasing her, she doesn't want to give in. The funny team moments. It was what I needed to break up all the heavy reads that I've been reading. Is it going to be a 5-star? Definitely not. I'm not gelling at the moment with Maven because she doesn't like quote unquote rich people, because she had a really bad experience with her ex and they just treated her like lesser than, which obviously is annoying. But I don't like it when people have one bad experience with a group of people and then they stereotype, regardless of what that stereotype is. It annoys me. I think it's like a lazy storytelling thing, because probably gonna sit somewhere between a 3.5 and a 4-star. I don't think it'll be a 3 because I'm having a good time and I just want to keep reading. But so far I am enjoying it. She is interviewing him for a podcast, so they're spending a lot of time together and they're really getting to know each other. He's opening up, he likes pottery, there's a lot of soft elements about him, even though he's this really like firm playboy exterior. It's reminding me a lot of Mile High at the moment when I think about it. That is good. I love that book, but I will let you know how I feel 50% of the way through it. Okay, we are many hours later. I am exhausted. I am about how far into this? I think I'm just short of 50% of the way through. I'm 45% of the way through Meet Your Match. And I'm gonna give you the update now because then I'm gonna get into bed and read. I'm enjoying this. Vince is like top tier hockey boyfriend. He's just obsessed with her and I love it. And he's just like always trying to make her feel comfortable, always just going above and beyond for her. But Maven, I'm really struggling with Maven. We found out like why she doesn't like rich people, but I'm still not fully like convinced and like obsessed with her. I think she's just gonna let the book down just a little bit, but we will see. I'm loving all the side characters. I'm really hoping we get Libya's story. Curious to see where this is gonna go. Curious to see what the conflict is gonna be, like the 3rd act breakup. I'm assuming something to do with being rich is gonna happen. I don't really know. But I'm enjoying the ride. It is the perfect book for what I needed right now. It is light, it is fluffy, it is everything that I need in a romance book. So I'm impressed, I'm happy, I'm enjoying Kandi Steiner's writing. definitely the writing style that I like. But yeah, it's definitely not like a super like profound hockey romance, but I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. I think like when you read like Stephanie Archer, like when it comes to hockey romance, nothing is as good, but I'm hoping like the angst ramps up, and I'm assuming that the spice is going to hit in the next 5%, and then we'll sort of start to see the relationship form. But she's slowly like letting down her walls for him and finding friendship with him, which is what I need in this kind of book. So I'm enjoying their friendship dynamic and the way that they are opening up to each other about everything that has happened in their lives. So for me, this is an A+ book. I'm gonna go keep reading for the night. I'm exhausted. I can no longer speak to the camera. I am tired. Okay, I finished Meet Your Match and I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 stars. I had a really good time. Maven really annoyed me for a lot of the book, particularly when she has like her mentee B, and I'm like, bro, the guy is showing you that he loves you and that he's so invested in you. Like, pick up your game. Like, it annoyed me. So it's not gonna get a 4 star, it's gonna get a 3.5. Because other than that, I had a really good time. It's obviously not super deep, so it can't really get more than a 4 star, but I loved it. I had a great time. I love Vince. I cannot wait for the next book. I love that we saw that like them as a couple, like before the epilogue, we got their like reunion, like they had their breakup, we had their reunion, and then we had a couple of chapters of like happy times. I loved that. The epilogue was like setting up the next book, which is such a different way of doing things. I really enjoyed that method of writing. So far I give this like a tick A+ for me for Kandi Steiner. She really has intrigued me for this book, and I know that I have a feeling it's only going to get better from here. I spoke to my friend Haley like this morning, and I was like, oh, this is what I'm reading, blah blah blah, and she's like, you've started with the worst batch and they only get better. So I'm like, okay, cool. So that's how I feel on that. I'm excited. I'm moving into Rivalry next, which is like a small town. I believe it's quite angsty, so I'm excited. Cannot wait to start Rivalry. So see you guys when I'm reading that. Okay friends, it's time to start my next Kandi Steiner book, and that is going to be Rivalry. I have no idea what this is about. I believe this is a small town romance. Cannot confirm or deny. I believe it's like an angsty book, or it could just be like a normal small town romance. Really not sure. Can't confirm, and I'll update you at the 25% mark what the synopsis of the plot is and how I am feeling about the book. I am 25% of the way through. It's very dark in here. I'm enjoying it. Not much has happened, but isn't 25%, and this is like a 300-page book. But this is a story of a woman who is going through a divorce, so she wants to hire this beach cabin for 3 months, refresh, get a new lease on life. So she goes there, and there is a rugged, grumpy neighbor who has a lot of baggage. That man thinks it's his fault that somebody died. There's quirky like side characters, quirky old ladies, which is like essential in a small town romance for me. So I'm enjoying it. I think it's going to be very good. Obviously not much interaction. I think it's going to be quite slow burn. So we will see, because there's obviously like a lot that these characters have to work through. So I think it's going to be quite slow burn, and I'm hoping like I really enjoy their chemistry, but I think I'm going to be 2 damaged souls healing together. Okay, so I am 65% of the way through Rivalry, and no major thoughts. I'm here for a good time. It's fine. Am I enjoying it? Yes. Do I love it? No. Like, it's a solid like 3-star book. No issues with it. It's just like a book, but it's a fun time. Like, I'm really enjoying it. I really can't wait to see where the relationship goes, but at this point it feels like just attraction, no real like depth in the relationship, but it is only 65% of the way through. I'm gonna keep going and I'll update you when I finish. But I also just feel like when I was reading this last night, I was like, oh, I think I've just become really fussy in the books that I like, and the books that I give like a 4 stars and above. A lot will naturally just end up being like a mid-tier 3-star book, and I have to be okay with that. I'm gonna probably give a lot of 3 stars this year, but it's fun, it's good. I will definitely like continue with this. I'm very excited to see how I feel about Fair Catch and Love Letter to Whiskey, but I'm going to definitely keep diving into her backlog after this, because there's a lot there. Very interested, very intrigued in like how the rest of the books go. I probably should have picked up one of the Becker Brothers books, which I may still do instead of Love Letter to Whiskey. We'll see. But, or I might just tack it on as well, see how I feel. May pick up a Becca's Brothers book because that's like apparently like her best series. So if I get to like Fair Catch and I still haven't had the best time, I'm gonna pick up Becca's Brothers and Love Letter to Whiskey. If not, I'll just pick up Love Letter to Whiskey because I just want to see like more growth and development and like feelings from them. But I still have another 35% of the book to go. So I'll update you guys when I'm finished because I'm just gonna like sit and enjoy it now. Okay, I'm here to wrap up Rivalry, and I didn't do this earlier, but it is what it is. I liked this book. It was okay. Mid-tier, 3-tier. I think I wasn't fully like obsessed. It was like kind of underwhelming. I didn't really fully love the relationship. It didn't really give me a lot. It was kind of lackluster, and I thought I would get like more growth and development. I don't know. I tried it. It was just not a win. I think it's one of those ones that you can probably just give a skip. Like it's okay, but like not my favorite, unfortunately. But yeah, solid 3-star. We're having a Saturday night in. David's watching football. I am going to start Fair Catch now. This is a football romance. I don't remember the tropes, but I'm gonna go along for the ride. I'll update you at the 25% mark once we get there. I'm very excited. I think this is her better sports series. We'll find out. TBD. Good morning. I've just gotten, I'm just getting on with my day. I'm about to get my nails done, but I'm officially 25% of the way through Fair Catch by Kandi Steiner. It took me a little while to read it. It was busy over the weekend, so I just had minimal reading done, but my Kindle is currently on charge, so I'm leaving shortly to get my nails done. So I will continue reading that later on today. It's okay. I don't know, like I'm 25% of the way through. So what happens is the FMC Riley, her brother, gets into an accident with his best friend Zeke, and he loses all function of his legs. So he makes a promise. He makes Riley, who is his twin sister, promise that she will take his place and play college football and be a kicker. Is that what they're called? And she does, and she goes to college, and his best friend Zeke, who is the reason for the accident because he drank drive, is also on the team. So there is that. It obviously is very unrealistic. It's giving like She's the Man vibes, which is fine. I really like that movie. The biggest thing with it is obviously it is very, very unrealistic, but we will see how I go. I just don't know if Kandi Steiner is going to be a 5-star author for me. I don't know. I think like maybe I'm fussy. I don't know yet. We will see. Okay, I'm sitting on the floor. I'm about to dry my hair, but I am, hold on, 73% of the way through Fair Catch. It's been a couple of days since I've picked it up. I'm enjoying it. It is very, very far-fetched. I'm at the 3rd act breakup. These two just need to learn to communicate with each other, with her brother, with everything else. Enjoying it. These are very like light and fun, lacking like sort of an emotional depth. They're a little bit predictable, I think. They're sleeping together. The spice is always great, but overall I'm having a fun spicy time, and I really don't hate it. It is just, it's a good book to like sort of like, I enjoy it. I don't know really how to explain it. Like it's just not emotionally charged, even though there's heavy subject matter. Obviously it is far-fetched, so I'm just enjoying it for what it is. It's the same time. I'm wrapping everything up at the same time. So Fair Catch, I finished this. I think I gave it 3.5 stars in the end. I really enjoyed it. I love the premise. Like I love She's the Man. It's a cool concept. It definitely is very, very far-fetched. There is some really annoying moments. Like these two are very immature, but it is a college sports romance, so you can't critique it too hardly. But 3.5 stars I feel like is reasonable. It makes sense to me. It's an okay romance. It's not the best and it's not the worst. It's just a solid sports romance. I'm very excited to see how the rest of the series goes, because I know that it could easily get better. Maybe it's just like the concept that just let me down on this, but like I feel like it's crazy how like the first 3 books in this taste test have been like 3 to 3.5 stars. Like I really didn't expect that. Maybe I didn't pick the right books. If you think I picked the wrong books, let me know, but I don't know. Here we go. Time to start Love Letter to Whiskey. Nervous. I'm gonna sit here for like hours and just read. I was editing a vlog. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit on the couch. It is like just short of 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm gonna read until David gets home. So stay tuned for my updates. I have no idea how I'm gonna feel. I know that this is very polarizing, so. Okay, it is the next day. I'm wrecked. I'm on week 5 of my calorie deficit and I'm really struggling with fatigue. The last few days I've been quite tired, quite hungry, I would say. So yeah, I've just been battling a bit of hunger. So, which in turn means that I'm tired. Definitely struggling with like putting out at the gym. Now, I love Letter to Whiskey. I did not stop reading this yesterday and I didn't even update you guys. I was really supposed to, but I was fucking enthralled with this book. I got to 66% last night. So I finished like part A of this book because obviously it's like split into 2 parts now since she's done the 5th anniversary edition. So now I am in Jamie's POV. The whole time I was reading this, all I could think about was Clean by Taylor Swift. This is so Clean by Taylor Swift coded, which is not a complaint at all. This is very good. Now, is it for everybody? Absolutely not. I really enjoyed it so far. And I think it'll potentially be a 4-star depending on how things go. However, don't go into this thinking this is going to be like a love triangle. While there is a love triangle, it's not the love triangle like you would think. That's all I can really say without spoiling it. They are obviously very toxic. There needs to be like a lot of communication between these two. Things that could have been worked out so much longer. And there is some heavy topics, so please check your trigger warnings on this. Not what I was expecting, but I'm really enjoying it. The concept is so cool. The ending, the epilogue was really great. There are some wild things that happened. And yeah, but overall, it's just a lot of miscommunication. And a lot of the time they probably didn't need to be, but like it gets an easy 4-star because I was completely and utterly enthralled in this. So I think this is one of those ones where it's like, it's a 4-star for me, but I also think it's like a proceed with caution kind of book. Like I could not stop reading. Like David got home and was like, let's watch this. And I was like, no. I actually came home saying, oh, I want to watch the footy. I'm like, cool, I'm going to read my book anyway. I'm not interested. And he's like, oh, let's watch this movie. I'm like, no, I'm not interested. Like I could not stop reading this. I was up to about 11 last night. I'm going to keep going now. I'm going to sit there until I finish. But overall, this is really, really good. Reading all these books, I think Kandi Steiner, she writes very dramatized books. And I think that's something I need to know going into them. I think it's more like where I need to align how I feel about books a bit better. We need to like reassess how we rate books, and like thinking something gets a 3-star is not a bad rating. It just means that like it's an average book, like it's not a standout, it's quite a fun time, and it's not a book that I would reread, but I still really enjoy it. So I'm constantly changing and rechanging my rating scale because I really struggle with it. This is a really hard book to talk about without giving away like really, really crazy spoilers. That's the thing. But it's definitely like trying going into this as blind as you can. Know that it's like there's heavy topics, check your triggers. I really implore everyone to check their triggers, but know that this is like toxic, it's toxic and it doesn't need to be, which is probably part of the appeal. Like there's a lot of miscommunication, but I also think like there's also a part of me that understands why it is this way. The FMC has a lot of baggage, so I understand why she is a bit difficult of a character to sort of gel with. But I'm going to keep reading because I'm now in his POV. I started a bit of it and I was like, it was a bit regurgitative for me because I'd obviously just read part A. I finished. It's still getting a 4-star. Do I think the extended epilogue is necessary? Like the extended, like Jamie's POV is necessary? No. I think you could actually stop at the end of the epilogue. I think when Jamie like explains like what happens in B's POV, I think you get quite enough context. Obviously it is nice to have more of his like thoughts and feelings, but it is very much regurgitated, exact same dialogue, just from the other perspective. Similar to how like it ends with us and it starts with us. Some people love it starts with us. Some people think it was completely unnecessary. So I think I'm in one or two minds. You could definitely continue and read Jamie's POV, but you don't have to. You definitely get a full complete story from the first part. The bonus content is nice as well at the end. It's very sweet. I do recommend maybe just reading Jamie's epilogues rather than reading his whole thing. Yeah, maybe you could read like the last couple of chapters. Solid read. It's definitely not for everybody. Please just like go, know your triggers, know what you do and don't like. If you don't like an angsty romance and you don't like toxicity and you don't like just chaos, then maybe don't read this, but I liked it. I was thoroughly entertained, and is the point of reading not to be entertained. So I will see you guys when I'm wrapping up the vlog. That's where I'm going to leave my Kandi Steiner Taste Test for now. This is one of my most anticipated, and I would say it was okay. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Spoiler warning for this week's weekly reading vlog, I have read Watch Your Mouth and I loved it. So I've continued with the hockey romance series and it is so good. That got like a 4.5 stars actually, because I devoured it in like a few days, but I loved it. I loved that book. So I think I just made the wrong choice on the books. Like I said earlier in the vlog, if you think that I made the wrong choice on which books I read, let me know. Let me know your favorite Kandi Steiner books so I know what I should be reading next. But overall, she's a great writer. She's got really good story concepts, I think. And like her spice is amazing. I think I just ultimately picked the wrong books. I thought I was picking like an array of different stuff. I probably shouldn't have picked 2 sports romances. That probably wasn't the way to go about it. But it is what it is. It's a bit late now. I did it. I made you like another part 2 of this, reading some more, but I'll see like how we go for the rest of the year. I'm definitely going to dive into some of her other series. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.